Ollie, can you introduce us to Coco, please?
Yeah, so this is Coco. She is a cavapoo.
She's adorable.
And she is 18 weeks old. She won't like it, but we're going to take her for a walk, and I'm going to let Stephanie hold the lead, which is a big privilege because obviously I'm very proud of Coco and don't give her just to anyone.
And I think Coco and I would both rather be napping, actually, so it's been an enforced walk for both of us.
Yeah.
So, Ollie, when did we meet? Do you even remember? Do you know how long you've known me? Do you even ever think about me? Do you even care?
So we met a very long time ago, and obviously a very distant past, although obviously you were only 4 at the time. So Stephanie was a child genius who went to Oxford University aged 4.
Yeah, it must have been about 4 for us to have known each other for 20 years, yeah?
Exactly, yes. And actually, thinking about it, I am the reason you have this chateau, because I introduced Stephanie to basically all of her friends, including Nick, who owns a chateau with Stephanie.
And Michael.
And also Michael, who owns a chateau with Nick and Stephanie. And basically everyone you know.
Yep.
And do you show appreciation? Stephanie, I remember at university, talked about getting a chateau, wanting to live in a chateau. And lo and behold, here we are today. Stephanie was at the kind of one of the all-ladies colleges called Somerville. We were invited to a party. And then my friend and I decided to invite basically any woman we could possibly see to come on a punting trip.
I feel so special.
Yes, we weren't expecting, anyone to turn up, frankly, because, well, I was kind of a bit geeky, and my friend Andrew was wearing cardigans with elbow patches, so we felt that no one would possibly turn up, but they did. And in fact, about 20 people turned up. They all trotted onto the punt, and it promptly sank. We got covered in mud. Pims went down the river. And it was a bonding experience that has lasted for longer than I like to think. In fact, we have now known each other for longer than we haven't, which is a beautiful moment.
Yeah, but Ollie, it started with you sinking 30 women into a river.
Yes, yeah. Well, that does kind of sum up my sort of dating career at university.
Whoa! Burst of speed!
And then we never saw Stephanie and Coco again.
So Ollie painted this incredible painting, which is in the dining room, and which actually I don't think he meant to leave with me here, but he painted it here, and it's just sort of accidentally made its way onto the wall, and now it'd be a real hassle for him to take it away.
And it seems to be pretty firmly fixed, so we'll see.
Also, many alarm systems around it. If Ollie comes within a metre of it, that's it, the alarms get triggered and I can run down and stop him.
Exactly.
Tell us about the painting.
Yeah, so this painting is actually, I did a year ago today, so I was having a totally exhausting time with work, and my wife, unbeknownst to me, decided to avoid mental breakdown for me and her probably, bought me some Eurostar tickets and sent me off to the chateau in France.
She literally phoned me and said, I'm sending Oliver to you. He doesn't want to go, he has no choice. He's going to go and he's going to paint.
And I decided I was going to do this painting, which is actually of, I think, the previous year, a photograph I'd taken of Connie playing Jenga with Inaya. And I guess this kind of sums up the type of paintings I do, really, which is of those quite quiet scenes and the kind of soulful look on people's faces, which is kind of what I go for. I will take a photo, and I'll take loads of photos, and sometimes you just capture that moment when someone isn't looking at the camera, and it's that moment when you get their soul, and that's what I try and use. My paintings, though, are never sort of photorealistic. There's a kind of magical moment when suddenly you go, yes, it's done. It kind of fits and it balances, and that's what I look for.
So what makes you want to paint here? Why do you come to Lalande to do paintings?
Well, needless to say, I don't personally live in a chateau. Here, I just think there are so many different angles and so much going on as well. So many sort of vignettes of life. I think also it's just the most restful place I've ever found on earth, and it's just got an incredible atmosphere where you suddenly feel free of all the woes of working life and so forth, and able to express yourself.
What are you working on now? Like, what are we going to see being created this time?
Clean the fountain and get some guys in to help, and then I'm going to take some photos, do a few sketches, and see if I can come up with a painting called Cleaning the Fountain, which hopefully at some point will hang somewhere in the chateau. So look out for it if you ever come to the chateau.
Cleaning fountain.
Yes. So I'm combining art with work in service of the chateau.
Oh, this is perfect, Oliver. You
Exactly.
should actually just move in.
So what I'm doing now is I'm just posing David, say hello David, and Michael. Michael likes taking his clothes off. Right, so up you go. Do you think this is kind of Soviet Russia hits France?
I was thinking more manly love, actually, Ollie.
Manly love, okay.
I think this is possibly one of the weirdest things I've ever filmed yet. Just when I think it can't get odder here. So is Soviet era art what you're going for here, Ollie?
That went to posterity. Why is only one of the men partly undressed? Why was it necessary for one of them to be partly undressed? Come on, David.
Are you feeling left out, David? You can take your t-shirt off, David. No one is stopping you from joining in.
No, it's the artistic integrity I'm interested in.
The thing is, I'm not so comfortable with the nude in art, and I'm honest with you, so this is just a small step for me.
So you've chosen Michael's torso to ease you into
look
nudity
at it.
in art.
I mean, if I had to choose a torso,
Chisel.
what else?
What's to work with it? I'm disappointed with the lack of objective comparison.
Sorry, also chiseled downstairs as well. I'm not
I
downstairs.
beg your pardon, Oliver. This is...
Chiseled down the steps. David is
Chiseled
chiseled.
legs.
Chiseled
Chiseled
legs.
legs
No,
down.
I was saying that David is
Down
chiseled.
the stairs.
Anything isn't cooked, just go and bang it back on.
Servez-vous, qu'est-ce que vous voulez?
Says the barbecue master. Bung it back on.
Oh no, that's it.
I like burger night.
Stephanie, you don't think the plates are OTT for the burgers?
Absolutely not.